So I spent £800 at auction. I'm going to take you through and show you what I got, what I paid and what I hope to get back. A lot of this I would just be off the top of my head because I've forgotten what I've researched. So first up, for £13.24 we got this. Now that brand, they do like steam engines and stuff, and there is expensive stuff. This is in its box. Now that, I would say probably like 35-40 quid. And then next we have this vintage brass Asian street vendors noodle cart. I paid £48.16 for that. I had it in my head it was going to be like a massive cart that you see like on the sidewalk in America and that. So I was going to pull it in the shop for like 200. But now I've picked it up and realised how small that is. I'm going to have to do some further research and probably pull it on eBay to turn a profit on that. Again, I could be wrong, there could be a lot of money in that, but until I research it, I don't know. So hopefully I can get 100 to 120 on eBay, and that way I should still turn a profit. Then for £12.4p, a set of Dickens books with some Agatha Christie. So these are Agatha Christie's, them ones, and they're Charles Dickens. At a guess for that blue set, probably 40-50, and then this maybe 20-25. So there is some good money in that. Then we have a Casio keyboard and stand. I paid £12.4p. If that works, at a guess 50 quid for that. Some can be more, some can be less. Some of them can look just bog standard and still be 200 quid. So look up your keyboards. Yamaha, Casio, that's just a couple brands off the top of my head. And then a human spine educational model, I paid £14.45p. I don't think it's worth much. I've got it just to pull it in the shop on display, just as a cool piece. So yeah, I paid £14.45. I'll probably put like 25 on it, maybe 30. It is branded there, but it's all worn off. But hopefully with a better research I'll figure it out. That was basically, I bought that just to get people to come into the store. Then we have a dark green angle poised lamp for £14.45. It's in ropey condition, but as long as it works, even in that condition, I should be able to get 40 quid out of that. Then 5 leather bound books. I paid £13.24. People buy them just to put on display as decor. They've just, once they're cleaned up, they've got a look. And I reckon in the shop I could probably get a tenner a piece. On eBay I would sell them free on their own and them on their own, and I reckon I could get 40-50 quid at a guess. I could be way off. 40-50 quid for that, and probably 25 for the other two. Vintage books, that I do well with vintage books. I buy a lot of vintage books. Then we got 4 vintage Bibles for £6 2p, and that's them tiny Bibles there. But surprisingly, even them small Bibles, some of them can still hold just as much value as the big fat ones you can get. So as long as one of them is half decent, I should get 20, 30, 40 quid just for a small one. But even if I only get a tenner a piece online or in the shop, that's still a good buy, considering I only paid £6 2p. And then, by the way, this is book heavy. There's a lot of books. Then 383, I'm guessing, oh, that one, yeah. So for £24 8p, we got this big stack of books there. Again, at a guess, 50, 60 quid. And then next up for £6 2p is Agatha Christie decorative spines. So I'm guessing it's these.
Yeah, it's just a big mixture.
So I paid just £6 2p for all of them. If I get a tenner a piece in the shop or job lot 75 quid on eBay, we're laughing. I don't know who that guy is. He keeps coming around here and just standing there and walking off. If anyone knows who that is, comment down below. It's freaking me out now. You just have to ignore when he's there. He's weird. Then for £9.63 we got these hoof coat hooks. Taxidermy. Probably not much money in them, but maybe 15, 20 quid a piece. I'll put them in the shop. I'll check eBay first in case there's a value to them, like a lot of value. And then for £14.45, a Titanic imitation bell on rope. That one there. I'm hoping I can get like 30, 40 quid in the shop. Come get your pasties! And then a white angle poise 90 lamp. We get good money for these on eBay. Like 50 to 70 quid. So we'll do our checks to make sure that is what it says it is. I paid £12 4p. Worst case scenario, 40 quid like the other one. But if that is what it says on the tin, then we should get 50 to 70 quid for that. Looks good condition as well. And then for, try and do quick maths, £43 and 34p. Loads of, no, it's not loads. Is it these? Yeah. So I paid £43.34 for them. It's just 3 Folio Society books. I looked them up, they actually got a lot of value in them. So I'm hoping I can get like 100 quid. I can't remember exactly the evidence I was finding. And some of this stuff I bidded a little bit too much because I forgot to take fees into account. But hopefully £100 plus for them if my research was correct. And then for £18 6p, it is them books there. Now again, on eBay they range anywhere from like 10 to 15 per book, but some can go for like 20, 30, 40 quid. So even if that's £10 a book and I paid £18 6p, that's 140 quid there, low end. And then these here, I paid a lot for them as well, so £48.16 for them too. The research I done, that similar books, that made no sense. Similar books to that, so the same sort of artwork, the same person, PG Woodhouse. People was getting like over £100 on them. So hopefully it's over £100 for them ones. I didn't find them exact ones. And then for £19.26, there is 9 books, 9 Folio Society books. So one of them piles there. So again, if there's 9 there, low end, £10 a piece, 90 quid. And then for £18 6p, we have that. Oh, there's 2 cameras in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that.
That's a microphone.
Yeah. So all that, I paid £18 6p. So as long as it works, let's just say low end, £20 a piece. But some cameras can be a lot more than that. Oh, these here. So next, I paid £24 8p per painting. And there's 2 of them. So £40, £48 16p for them 2 paintings there. Now, I don't know how well you're going to see that on camera, but the detail in them like the people in the paintings are really small and you can still make out facial features. So that's going to be some research needed, and that's why I paid what I paid. But I think my money is safe. I reckon there's potential. They could be like 60 to 75 pound a piece, maybe more. And then for £31.30, this beast. Now that is in bad condition, but even when they're alive, they're ugly. I haven't researched the value on this because it's not for sale. That is going on the wall, just for a bit of bounce, bit of decor in the place. Maybe one day I'll sell it, but who knows. For now, it's going on the wall. And then for £43.34, there's 40 vintage fictional books. That stack there, again, £10 a piece, you're looking at 400 quid. Some of them could be more than £10, some could be less. But let's just say I get 100 quid for that whole bundle. That's still like a double up, but I bought them with the intention of putting them in the shop for like a tenner a piece, or even a fiver a piece. That'd be 200 quid. So further research is needed. I might cherry pick some good ones and sell them singly on eBay and put the rest in the shop, or I might just job lot them on eBay. I'll have to do some research on that. And then for £22.88, we got this nest of bamboo tables. I've got something either the same or very similar listed. There's 3 tables there, they're just inside each other, and I'm sure they're listed for 100 quid, and I paid £22.88, so hopefully that's another £100 listing there. And again, we got one of these but a different colour, it's like that colour listed, and I think that's up for over £100, and I paid £19.26 for that, so hopefully again that's a 3-figure sale there. And then a mid-century mirror, £18.06 for this, but believe it or not, these sell for strong money. That could be 75 quid. Make sure I don't drop it. And then I paid up on this, £72.24, but look at that, what a beauty. That is going in the shop, and it's got all its keys. So there's one key there, and then there's the other keys. It's very rare that the keys are still there, and I've got all 3 of them. So I'm going to do some research on that, but I'm hoping to put a £200 price ticket on that and put that in the shop. And then for £9.63 is an absolute bargain. Standard lamp. You get these all the time. Normally just a plain brown pole, dark brown. I don't think they're very attractive, but for whatever reason they fly out, and I kid you not, they sell for £100, and that is nicer than any one we've ever had, my personal opinion. So that could be like 120 maybe, but worst case scenario 100 quid. And like I said, I paid £9.63. Mental. £18.06. Oh, that's a relief. I didn't pay as much as I thought for this. So £18.06 for that red striped armchair. Now I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that yet. It'll either go on Marketplace or car boot, or I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's not what I thought it was, but luckily I only paid £18 something. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Do you know? Of course you don't. £18.6p for this Bible. What a beast that is. Look, that's my hand, obviously.
He's got massive hands.
That is the biggest Bible we've ever had. I reckon that's probably... It won't surprise me if that's like a £75 Bible. But worst case scenario, 50 quid. Some Bibles like that can go 3 figures. Hopefully that's one of them. And then there's Pierre Vandal, Paris Black Glass Coffee Table. I probably butchered that name. £36.12p. The research I was finding, you could get £200 for them. It's a very nice table. It's branded right there. So further research needed. But worst case scenario, I'll pull it in the shop for 100 quid. But I'm hoping I can get it on eBay for 200 plus. £12.4p. A pair of these beauties. Now there is damage on that one, but I only paid £12.4p. I would have paid that for one. So these will probably, well, I say probably, they will go in the shop. I don't know what I'm going to put on them yet, but I guess £50 each. But I'll research it because that might increase. Obviously the one with damage will be lower, or I might just price them as a pair, so whoever buys it has to take the broken one. Sneaky. And then 6 Gentique dining chairs. I paid just £25.28 for 6 chairs. They're dated there by the looks of it. I ain't got my glasses on, but
1976.
so they're from the 70s. Look at that. Beauties. Now, I sell these singly, and I will get anywhere from like £60 to £75 per chair. Some sets and some brands go for like, you can get £100 per chair, some more than that. But for the sake of the video, let's just say £60 per chair, and I'll pay £25.28p for all 6 of them. So I've just got to sell one to get my money back, and then some, and then the rest is gravy, baby. An Urkel daybed. I paid just £30.10p for an Urkel daybed. Like, you ain't ever gonna get that price anywhere. Lovely. That is gonna go either in the shop or to another dealer. I might just do a quick flip on that. Now, let's see. Right, that is everything. So £800 spent, just short of £800. Bit bright out here. Let's go in here. So £800 spent. I think my money is very, very safe. If you got this far in the video, comment down below, spaghetti hoop.